Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you've seen by the title, today we are doing the mid-year book tag because somehow we are already halfway through this year, which is just insane. So basically there's loads of questions, and one of my favorite booktubers, Katie Whitrock, I could be saying her second name wrong, really sorry, she just did the tag that was there last year, but she added a few more questions. So we are going to be answering some of the original questions from last year's tag, and then also some of the questions that Katie added. So I have all my answers here written out ready on my laptop, and yeah, let's just get started. So the first question: the best book that you've read so far in 2024. The first book that came to mind is the one I finished most recently, which was Mary Jane. I loved this book. It was so good. Read it in 2 days, listened to it on Spotify, and then also had it on my Kindle, but I really want to get a physical copy because I will reread this in the summer next year as well. It was so good. Like, I did not expect to love it as much as I did. I know it was really popular last year. And then the next book was a novel love story by Ashley Poston. This comes out at the end of this month, I think. I was really lucky to get an ARC of this, and I have a full reading vlog with this book in it and all my thoughts. This was a 5-star, definitely one of the best books that I read this year. And then also The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I have that book here. It was absolutely amazing. I loved it with all my heart. So good. It was my first book by her, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. It was definitely a different one for me, and it just blew me away. Also, Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I talk about that all the time. Okay, the next question is the best sequel you've read so far in 2024. Now, I literally only had one here because I haven't really been reading series, and if I have, they're not like the best ones I've read. So this technically isn't a sequel. It is part of an interconnected standalone series, but I don't care. It is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. That is the second in that little series, with Part of Your World and then the new book Just for the Summer. Yours Truly was so good, definitely worth the hype. Then we have new releases you haven't read yet but want to. So there's actually a good few, and the thing about me is sometimes when there's something I'm really anticipating, I get nervous and I put it off. So that was definitely the case with Funny Story, the new Emily Henry book, Just for the Summer, and Not in Love. I do over there have on my bookshelf Just for the Summer and Not in Love. I haven't even bought Funny Story because I'm so nervous to get it. I was the same with Happy Place because I love her so much, and I don't want to put too much hype on it, because if I don't adore it as much as I want to, then it's just sad vibes. So when it calls me, when I'm in the bookshop and it's like, okay, now you're reading Funny Story, that is the day I'm gonna get it, pretty much. But yeah, I am excited for all of those. Really cannot wait, but I have to get to them. Also, like, I literally just deep cleaned my whole room, and of course the one bit of mess that you can see is those clothes. Typical. Anyway, it's fine. The next question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and instantly it is Reckless by Lauren Roberts, which comes out in July, and Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. Cannot wait. I love her more than words, and it's coming out near my birthday and I'm so excited. Also, this is a really random one, but I just saw the other day that if you like Gilmore Girls and I love Emily Gilmore, and the actor who plays Emily Gilmore is like releasing a book, and it's called The Third Gilmore Girl. Yeah, comes out on my birthday. I'm getting that book. Yeah, cannot wait. The next question is the biggest surprise of the year, and definitely, okay, I'm gonna be repeating these. It was definitely The Great Alone and Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I have that up there, but my bookshelf just looks so pretty right now, so I'm not going to take it down, but maybe in a second. Next is my favourite new author, debut or new to me, and that has to be Kristen Hanna or Coco Mellors, because I adore Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I just started reading Blue Sisters by her yesterday, and I'm halfway through. it is already going to be a 5-star, I'd say. Her writing is amazing. Like, so good. I love it. It's so good. Then it is a book that made you cry. Now, I actually surprisingly don't have too much. Kind of also trying not to repeat things would probably be Binding 13. I can't remember if I properly cried, but I was definitely close. Powerless. I think Blue Sisters is also going to make me cry, but obviously I'm not done it yet, but I have a feeling. I really have a feeling. Okay, also probably Emily Henry. I normally cry at her books, can't help it, so that will probably also happen, but who knows. Then the next question is a book that made you happy, and honestly a lot of them, but the two that I picked were Ready or Not by Cara Baston and Night Shift by, what's her name? Night Shift by Annie Crown. Those were great. I adored Ready or Not. It was actually such a great book. Next is the most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or you've received. Hold on. Definitely these two books. I still haven't read them, but they are so stunning. The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo and One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. Stunning. This is one of those matte covers that if you literally touch it, it will get a mark on it. So there is a bit of makeup here, but I'm going to use like a wipe to try to get it off. I don't know if anyone has any tips on how I can clean that, because these are like children. They're stunning and beautiful and perfect, and I want to keep them beautiful. The next question is, what book do you need to read by the end of the year? And I definitely picked a few here. So I said Akhtar, so A Court of Thorns and Roses. I still haven't read that yet. I'm just trying to wait for the right time. Then it is The Women by Kristen Hanna, because I've had that on my shelf for a little bit and I am excited to read it. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Funny Story by Emily Henry. And also The Secret Life of Addie LaRue. I really need to read that. I'm actually dying to read it, but I'm a bit nervous. It's a bit intimidating. Okay, next is, what book do you want to reread this year, or books? And honestly, I don't reread too much, just because I did reread Conversation with Friends this year, and honestly it was so much fun. I loved it so much more, but sometimes I'm afraid to reread my favorite books in case I don't like them as much, even though that's normal. But if I was to reread anything, it would be On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, because that is like my OG favourite book, like without a doubt. And then Better Than the Movies, because the sequel is coming out, and that would just be fun to reread, so probably will reread that before the sequel comes out. Next is books that you've been putting off, and I definitely would say Keeping 13, because again, it's a brick. I know it's not going to feel long to read it all because the first one didn't, but I'm actually just scared for the emotional damage, honestly. Then Babel, because I've been saying that for the past 2 years, that I just need to read it. And Rouge by Mona Awad, because what a stunning book. I need to read that. Okay, a book you enjoyed with mixed reviews. Okay, I would say Ready or Not by Cara Baston, because I've seen a lot of people don't love it because it is surrounds a lot about pregnancy. That's at the back, definitely not a spoiler. And then Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I just finished this last week. I had a great time. It was not realistic whatsoever, but I wasn't expecting that. I just adore Carly Fortune's writing, like it is amazing. Okay, next, a series you want to finish before the end of the year. I couldn't think of too many, but definitely the Magnolia Parks universe. I've read the first 3 and I do have the others. I'm just nervous. I always need like 5 to 10 business days to even consider starting the next one, because that is emotional damage. The next one is 5-star predictions for the rest of the year. I think Blue Sisters, definitely. I'm only halfway through, but so far so good. Intermezzo by Sally Rooney and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Definitely. Also, I think both of these could potentially be 5 stars. I have a lot of Olivia Blake on my TBR. I've never read a book by her yet, but I have a feeling I will love her. So maybe Alone With You in the Ether also. But yeah. And then the final question is, do you think you'll be able to finish your reading goal, and are you going to change it? No, I have 100 books on my Goodreads goal, and I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm one book ahead of schedule right now. I've been teetering between 1 or 2 books ahead, so it's pretty chill. I think I've read like 42. I'm not sure. I'm going to check. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm not putting too much pressure on it, and honestly, this is the most books I've ever read in a half a year ever in my life. So normally I don't care how many I read, but it is really fun to see because naturally I have just been finishing a lot of books very fast. So it is really exciting. I don't think I'm going to change the goal. I think I am pretty confident that I can reach the 100 mark. So yeah, that was the book tag. I really hope you enjoyed. I know it's another sit down video, but I just felt like chatting, and it is the perfect time to do one of these mid-year tags. Also, definitely answer these questions in the comments. I would love to know, honestly. I really want to know what your answers are to these, because also that will give me some recommendations. Let me know if you agree with any of my answers, if you disagree, all that. Love good discussion. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a quick one, but it was fun, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.